What is up, guys, and welcome to your no-nonsense guide on how to play Peni Parker in Marvel Rivals. As usual, we're going to start off with her in-game abilities and then move on to how we would play her in a normal game. Starting us off, we have a cyber web cluster, which does 120 meters a second projectile speed and has a range of a 1.5 meter spherical radius. It can shoot 3.3 rounds per second and has a projectile damage of 15 and a splash damage of 15. Her left shift is Bionic Spider Nest, which creates a spider nest at a targeted area, periodically spawning spider drones and creating cyber webs. While in the cyber web, gain healing over time and movement boost. Excess healing converts into bonus health. It's a targeted area of a 10 meter distance. Spider Nest health is 350 with a 12 meter spherical radius. Each spider drone inflicts 40 damage and has a 15-second cooldown. 2 spider drones are also generated every 3 seconds within the web. Her E ability is Arachnomine. Deploy arachnomines that can be concealed within confines of a cyber web. It is a single cast spell field with a 3 meter spherical radius. They do 100 damage and she gets 4 charges of them, with each charge taking 4 seconds to recharge. The mines can stick to any surface, so being able to conceal them against walls, on the floor and also on the ceiling makes arachnomines good for being able to cover doorways and entrances. Peni Parker's F is Cyber Bond, which shoots out a web strand that links to a targeted area or cyber web. If stretched too far, it will trigger a pullback. It has a 10 meter pullback distance, so being able to reverse and fire yourself back up to a particular area is quite clever, and being able to use that within fights can also come in handy, but her main use of it is being able to zip around the map with her web launcher. We then have a cyber web snare with her right click, casting futuristic webbing that immobilizes enemies or creates cyber webs. It's a single cast projectile with 16 meters per second distance with a 3 meter spherical radius. It does 5 damage and has a 3-second cooldown. This is just ideal to slow down and stop enemies from running away. The cyber web snare will also stop flying enemies and make them drop a certain distance as well, so bringing them down from height. You can hold down space to be able to do wall crawl as well, which will allow you to crawl on vertical surfaces. This is handy just to be able to navigate certain maps and be able to get onto high ground. We then have Peni's Q ability and her ultimate, Spider Sweeper, which enhances the suit, launching up enemies in its path and deploying arachnomines, spider drones and cyber webs repeatedly. The sweep range is 5 meters with an attack damage of 60. She can also then attack every 1 second. This will also then have spider drones and arachnomines deploying every 0.7 seconds, and she can have a maximum of 7 arachnomines out at once. She will also be able to gain 450 bonus health and a 70% movement boost. Peni then has a team up when Venom is active on the team, with Venom shares a part of his symbiote with Spider-Man and Peni Parker. Activating their symbiote abilities, Spider-Man and Peni Parker convert the symbiote into explosive spikes that inflict harm on nearby enemies and relentlessly drive them back. It has a 5 meter spherical radius and lasts for 4 seconds. Each tick of damage is 50 damage upon release, followed by 50 damage per second. It has a 30-second cooldown. It also gains a 50% damage reduction while the ability is active. My first tip when playing Peni Parker will be making sure that you place the Bionic Spider Nest in cover. There's no point placing the spider nest out in the open, as it does have a health pool. You want this in cover so that it can generate as many of the spider drones as possible, so that they're ready and active for when someone attacks. As you can see there was so many drones active that Jeff couldn't even get through the door. It also covers portion of doors and doorways as well, so being able to have it up against a wall and be able to cover a doorway, this completely stopped the team coming through when it came to damage, and we pretty much cleared the entire team and was able to take the point easily with the nest being in cover. When using Peni's ultimate, I would say there's 2 ways of using her ultimate effectively. One is the way that I'm showing you here, which is being able to push the team back away from the point. Most people don't really fully know at this point what her ult does, so being able to force a team back and being able to push them off the point so your team can pull in will be the best way of being able to use it in certain factors. Obviously I did die because I went in a little bit too aggressively, but being able to push that team back gave my team the chance to be able to regroup and come in from the back. The second way to use the ult is survivability. I put my ult here to be able to survive and control the point compared to the way that I used before. This is able to then surround the entire point with my webbing and secure us the victory and kill everyone on point at the same time. Another tip is always making sure that you're using your right-click cyber web snare to stop people running away. This comes in handy in so many situations when it comes to people trying to run away or people trying to do damage. If you can hit them with the cyber snare, it slows them down, stops them from being able to attack, to be able to get you and your team in to be able to do damage on them instead. The cyber web snare works on all people except for when Hulk is in his ult and a lot of ult instances. If they're already popped it, you won't be able to use your cyber web snare to be able to stop them. Another example of that would be Hela within her ultimate. And that was my no-nonsense guide on how to play Peni Parker in Marvel Rivals. What do you think? Is Penny going to be the kind of person that you'd like to play now you know her a little bit better and how her abilities and ult work? Or do you prefer another Vanguard? Let me know in the comments down below if there's another Vanguard you'd like me to cover in a guide. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure you drop it a like. And if you enjoy Marvel Rivals content and want to see more guides, please make sure you drop a subscribe. Other than that, thank you very much for watching.